Caitlyn here from Drift and Die Press, and today I'm here with Violet Ray. Could you please introduce yourself and what is your role in the band?
Hi, thanks Kate. My name's Billy, and Billy Somerville. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I am the lead singer, songwriter, and guitar player for punk rock band Violet Ray.
Awesome. So how long has Violet Ray been around?
We are a new group. We've been together for approximately 7 months, but the chemistry that we have together as bandmates is very, very strong, and the motivation we have to play out, give people something to do in the city, to have a good time. And we've just released our first EP, 31 Pumpkins Productions. Thanks to Rob Cooper-Ryder for producing it for us. Yeah.
Awesome. How would you describe your sound to someone who's never heard you before?
Well, to describe our sound, we try to sound like ourselves, but there's definitely influences that you can pick up on. To give you an idea of where I come from musically, the first concert I ever saw was the Ramones' last show in Cleveland, with D-Generation opening up at the Odeon in 1996, and it changed my life forever. And as soon as I was walking out of that place, they played for an hour and a half, the greatest punk rock band of all time. I was barely 13 years old, and I said to myself, I have to start a group. So I pretty much owe everything to the Ramones and other bands like TSOL, The Clash. We definitely have a lot of influence from a lot of second-generation bands like Social Distortion, of course, and Bad Religion is another favorite of ours. We play almost exclusively original material, but we will throw a Ramones song in to just... It's fun music. I personally believe that if everybody listened to the Ramones, that there'd be world peace. And I stand by that statement.
Have you ever had anything weird happen at a show?
Yes, many things. Well, I guess it all comes down to a failure to communicate, I suppose, when it comes to organizing a show. But actually our second show, and this is a true story, the power went out in the middle of our performance, and I was absolutely terrified. And just to keep everybody from leaving, like our guitar player Mike Layton just was really quick on his feet, and he said, play Brook Park Road, which is a song about 16-year-old kids hanging out in a place they shouldn't be hanging out in. If you don't know where Brook Park Road is, if you ever come to Cleveland, stay away from Brook Park Road.
Honestly, stay away.
It's no good. It's not a place for children. So anyway, when I was a child and I rode Brook Park Road, it kind of became like an anthem for misbehaving youth in Cleveland. So we did an acoustic version of that, and by the time we got done playing this, I felt like the guys from the Dead Milkmen when they played the Ohio State Theater, and the power went out, and they were basically like singing Bitchin' Camaro, with the crowd. So the lights came back on, and we rocked the place. It was a great show. But yeah, weirdness is unavoidable in this business.
That is so true. So out of any band or musician in the world, who would you most want to tour with?
Who would I most want to tour with? Are we talking current musicians, or are we talking in the history of music?
Anyone, dead or alive.
Dead or alive. Oh, wow. Dead or alive. There's so oh, you gotta put this on pause for a second. That's one hell of a question. That is one hell of a question. For me, if I could tour with anyone, it would be Gene Vincent. He was the monster black dressed in leather, the original punk rocker. The guy who used to be a drinking buddy of Jim Morrison from the Doors, and Jim would be like, hey Gene, you gotta slow down, buddy. The guy who should have died a million times. Do yourself a favor, watch The Rock and Roll Singer. It's a documentary about Gene Vincent and his last tour in England before he died. you know, he was the kind of guy, and I relate to it because I'm a chronically ill individual. I suffer from a rare genetic disorder called multiple autoimmune syndrome, and I'm in pain at the end of every performance. I give everything. I sacrifice, like, just my comfort level. And Gene Vincent was the same way. You know, he was so full of steroids and so full of painkillers from his motorcycle accident, his car accident, and his alcoholism. And the kids, man, they just loved him. And he would be next to death backstage. And his manager would, like, lead him up by the arm, and he's, like, shaking his head, I just can't do it. And then goes into a rendition of Long Tall Sally by Little Richard. You can't watch that performance and not cry. So if I'm going to tour with anyone, I'm going big. I'm going Gene Vincent all the way. Be about the loop. Race with the devil. I mean, come on. Race with the fucking devil.
Yes. Where is...
I really hate rockabilly, by the way. You haven't noticed. I hate it. Can't stand it. Fucking... Pomade wearing motherfuckers. They're so cool. They're fucking cool.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Right. Anywhere in the world, where would you most want to perform at?
Oh, God. If I could perform anywhere, I would say if I could fucking perform anywhere in, are we talking history again? Oh, the 100 Club in London, 1976. What I wouldn't give for Violet Ray to be on the bill with Generation X and the Slits and, you know, Subway Sect, and I think maybe the Little Winners were there too, the band that Joe Strummer was in before The Clash. So, to be at that show, because back then it's like, you know, they were partying and there were no punk rock records.
Yeah.
They all listened to reggae. They were all listening to fucking Bob Marley and King Tubby and shit. So, hanging, and you know, and I would just be making a beeline for Viv Albertine, like no one's business, you know. So, she seems like the right amount of crazy for me. I'm a big Slits fan. I love the Slits. 100 Club, 1976. Hanging out with Harry Up and Keith Levine and Billy Idol. Actually, when I was a kid, I thought Billy Idol was fucking cool. I had bleach blonde hair and shit, you know. I was a blousy blonde. It was about as blousy as a guy with Liberty Spikes could get. So, yeah.
Nice. Alright. What do you want written on your tombstone?
Oh, that's a good one. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is like what Charles Bukowski put on his gravestone. It's basically just his name, a boxer, and the words "Don't try." If I were to write anything on my tombstone, I'm a man you don't meet every day. Probably my favorite Irish ballad of all time.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And I think that describes me pretty well because life is too short to be boring. I'm 35 years old. I've been in a number of bands. I've had careers. I focus now entirely on music and the things I love. I live free and I live by my own rules. And it puts you in a situation where sometimes you feel like you're hated by many and you're loved by a few. But when you get out there, talk to people face to face, you know, you really create connections, you create a scene, and I think more people need to get out, start groups, go to shows, flyer at shows. You You know, collaborate. Really make your mark. So, I mean, that's kind of like where I see my motivation. I don't believe in conservative or liberal or anything like that. I just think that you're either an individual who thinks for themselves or you're not. And I don't encourage people to think a certain way, but I do encourage people to think for themselves. And I think that's very important.
Yeah.
Because we're so overwhelmed with just all these images and things in the media that, if not telling us what to think, at least making a suggestion. And I think that music, kind of liberates you from that in a lot of ways. And like I said, music's too important. And life's too short to be born. Nothing worse in the world than being born.
Yeah, honestly. If you could steal credit for any song, what song would it be?
I could steal credit for any song. The Myth is Real by Jill Biafra and No Means No.
Nice.
Before that song, I didn't know that in San Francisco you could be mayor at 18, but you gotta be 26 to drive a cab. It's little things like that I think that contribute to the blowing of minds.
Yeah.
The more minds we blow, the better. Getting people out of their comfort zone. And this is my bass player, Richard Kaufman.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us.
Welcome to the interview.
You're on camera. Yes.
Hello!
Alright.
I look pretty on camera.
You look great. You look great. What is the weirdest thing you have seen while driving to a venue?
Oh, this takes me back. I would have to say when I was in the Hooligans, we opened up for Guttermouth and the Nobodies, who were a very popular band on Nitro Records in the 90s. And the environs surrounding University Circle in the mid-90s, it was a cultural experience beyond anything I could imagine. I'd never seen, just be abandoned cars and vacant lots, people going about their business, and it just shocked me because in order to get there, you have to go through some very, very rich cultural parts of Cleveland, and when you get to that part, it's like poverty. Everything is poverty, and sickness, and pollution, and misery, and that can be a shock to a lot of people, to see things in those extremes. And I guess it's significant because that happened when I was 16 years old, and 19 years later, it still kind of sticks with me.
So, what advice do you have for aspiring musicians?
I'd say just fucking start a group, get together with people, social network, go to shows, get out there, make your mark, do something that means something to you, make your voice heard, and I promise you, it will give your life meaning.
If you want your job to be punk rock dude or rock and roll dude, treat it like a job. Treat it like a job. You go to work 40 hours a week. Play bass for 40 hours a week. Play guitar 40 hours a week. Don't half-ass. Don't half-ass. There are so many people, I'm going to be a rap star, I'm going to be a rock star. Well, okay, what are you doing? How are you working to it?
Yeah.
Well, I play three hours a week. Well, you're 33 7 hours behind everyone else that's doing a job.
Yeah, and it's not just practice either. Another important thing is getting out there. You know, when I promote a show, you know, I'm going to the biggest shows in town. I'm going down to the Odeon. I'm passing out 600 flyers. I'm passing out 500 stickers, 200 buttons. You know, I'm just giving away stuff to get our message across. And you know what? It's a wonderful experience. That's how you meet friends. That's how you make connections. That's how you build a scene. Because there's a lot of people out there that'll play that bass or play that guitar for 40 hours. You know, but are they going anywhere? I ain't taking away that they're talented, but there's a lot of talented people that don't have the opportunity to really make a difference. So it goes both ways. You know, you have to be true to your craft, but you got to hustle. There's a lot of there's a lot of people that are unsuccessful and talented, just as much as there are unsuccessful and untalented people. I think the music industry today kind of proves that point.
Yeah.
Why isn't it me when I watch the Country Music Awards?
Yeah.
It should have been me.
Should have been me.
Oh God, if only I had hair like that. If only I could pull a mullet off.
Oh God. All right, so where can everybody find you, like social media or? Well,
we're on Facebook at Violet Ray Music, all one word, Violet Ray Music. We've just released our first self-titled EP. It's got 5 really awesome songs. As I said, we did with 31 Pumpkins Productions, great production company here in the area. Thank you again to Rob Cooper Ryder. And we're having a awesome CD release party at the Happy Dog on June 29th at 9 p.m. It's a $5 show. We're not only having an awesome party to celebrate the first release of what I hope to be the beginning of Cleveland having a very important place in what I consider to be now the 4th generation of punk rock. There's so many great bands out there. It's just a matter of connecting together. And as I said before, when we were off the cuff, that the thing about a Violet Ray show is when we put on a show, unless we are raising money for causes in our community that we care about, we don't play. And at this CD release party, we're doing a side benefit for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, which is a great organization that helps a lot of people here in Northeast Ohio, especially a lot of young children that are scared and afflicted with a terrible disease that one day, you know, we will find a cure for. And anything that I can do as a person and as a musician to better that is really what makes it all worthwhile.
We do Food Not Bounds, which is another great group.
Great organization. And the Greater Cleveland Food Bank as well. We're we feel very strongly about fighting hunger in our community. The fact that so many people go hungry in this country is a problem that more people need to address and more people need to talk about. And most importantly, when we do that, it's a totally correctable illness that's going on in our society right now. And I guess the overall message is that, you know, one person in this world can make a difference. Gandhi said, you know, as long as there's one person of goodwill in the world, you know, humanity can change for the better. So otherwise, what's the point, right?
That's a good thing to live by. All right, thank you guys so much for doing this interview with me. It was awesome.
I'm so sick and tired